The trading volume of XRP derivatives has increased by 42%, options have increased by 204%, and open interest has increased by 87%. XRP holders, welcome back to the CryptoZX channel. As always, I appreciate you all, but without further ado, let's examine what's going on with XRP from a broad perspective. We are beginning to observe that altcoins are gradually returning to the greens, but at the same time, you're beginning to see that things are essentially 50/50, with some coins currently down and some up. The price of XRP has risen back up to 2.15, which is obviously fantastic. Bitcoin is down roughly 0.5%, while the USD is up 1%. In contrast, the 24-hour trading volume was around 2.6 billion, and the valuation was $125.3 billion. Before we continue, though, let me just quickly clarify that nothing on this channel is financial advice. Always conduct your own research and due diligence before making a cryptocurrency investment. I want to get in touch with you guys about Bitcoin right now. Are cryptocurrencies like XRP and Bitcoin really going to blow up? Because, as you are aware, Bitcoin has been on the rise. This is something you can all witness for yourself. Right now, it's having a wonderful day. It's clearly about to retest that $86,000 major resistance, and if it can break out, I believe there may be further upside for Bitcoin. However, when I consider the current state of Bitcoin, it just reminds me of the M2 global money supply. Remember the positive correlation between the two, and that's sending right now. Is it time for Bitcoin to start reversing, in your opinion, and begin moving toward the highest points we've ever seen? However, as of right moment, Bitcoin is holding up really well. On the other hand, dominance has been soaring and displaying a great deal of strength, which naturally has a slight negative effect on altcoins, because altcoins tend to lag when this occurs. However, in the big picture, I am currently keeping a careful eye on this particular circumstance to watch how it develops. But going forward, take a look at this and give Smoke a shout out. Ethereum will thereby lose its position as the most popular altcoin. Naturally, Ethereum has a first mover advantage at the moment. We discussed that with you all. You do therefore have an ETF. However, I've been very open about my personal opinion on this from the start, as have many others. According to Smoke, XRP will overtake Ethereum as the most popular altcoin by 2025. This is my belief based on the clarity that is approaching XRP with the enterprise's interest and, of course, the fact that blockchain technology is being implemented globally. You can see this for yourself. That did occur in the past, however briefly, and I believe that this time around could actually happen. The ETFs believe that this will change the game, but in any case, Ethereum's 10-year hold on the altcoin market is eroding due to its own inefficiencies. As I've previously told you guys, I believe that there are better projects out there that can assist you in doing what Ethereum does. Scalability problems, of course, but if you've been in the industry for a long time, you're aware of these scalability problems ETH has. As you can see, consumers and developers are being driven away by scalability issues, exorbitant petrol prices, and postponed updates. Solana, don't forget what I said on my channel. What took place? Naturally, there was a great deal of migration from many different chains to Sol. As I previously stated, Sol was in the lead, and I continue to believe that Solana is the rightful owner of this bull cycle. However, you are aware. Isn't this the ideal example? Developers are beginning to leave, as are high-level institutional investors, who are now concentrating more on Sol proprietorship. As you may have noticed, recent significant news regarding the Solana ETF from Canada also helps you to grasp the true situation. Ethereum fees therefore reached a peak of $200 per transaction in 2022. I want to thank everyone who was present throughout the NFT phase. Coordination and cost issues persisted despite the promised enhancements, and it is now evident that Ethereum cannot expand quickly enough to satisfy growing demand. Regarding the increased need for developers who is actually creating on ETH these days, not as many people, I believe, as we have seen in the past. As a result, rivals who are quicker, less expensive, and more effective are emerging, none of them more quickly than the XRPL ledger. xrp is positioned to overtake Ethereum due to its improved transaction speed and scalability, which are designed for global size and financial-grade reliability. We are aware of that. Reduced slippage and temporary loss in DeFi, as well as fees, carbon neutrality, and institutional shifts away from Ethereum. The Ethereum DeFi layer is antiquated and ineffective. The pioneer was Ethereum. The better mover, though, is XRP. By 2025, XRP will have overtaken Ethereum as the dominant cryptocurrency. Please share your thoughts with me in the comments section below. Will this occur this year or at some point next year, in your opinion? What do you personally think about this? Down below? I believe that XRP will take over when the ETFs launch. But once more, take it slow and have a look at this. After spending a long time in negative territory, the apparent demand for Bitcoin is now showing signs of recovery. The 30-day apparent demand for Bitcoin is increasing again. Look at this, there's a lot going on right now and capital is coming in droves. There's a lot going on, Bitcoin is recovering a little bit. Additionally, I do think that it has something to do with the correlation with the world money supply, Metu. It's clear that market makers are also taking this into consideration. However, have a look at this. It's quite fascinating. Rushing to the sidelines is capital. Hedge funds sold global stocks more aggressively in March than they have since 2013. According to statistics from Goldman Sachs, there hasn't been a significant decrease in global equity exposure since 2020. The dumping of US technology stocks by hedge funds was a major factor in this. This also played a part in the S&P 500's worst underperformance against global stocks in 16 years in the first quarter of 2025. There's a genuine rush to the sidelines since many people are essentially hoarding money in case the markets crash. However, what if the market reverses and individuals begin to pile up? Again, it could go anyway, but you could see that in the grand scheme of things, ambiguity still exists. Perhaps the bloodbath we anticipated for the S&P and the stock market as a whole has already occurred. And for the past 2 weeks, we have seen a rather sharp one. We'll see what transpires, but at this time, Warren Buffett appears to be the most brilliant guy because he was cashing out like never before while everyone else was only focused on the market. He now appears to be a genius, and I believe he will begin using his money to buy stocks. Again, though, I personally believe that we should take things one step at a time. Only time will tell. However, let's examine the current state of XRP's price. Therefore, they are not a V-chain if you look at XRP's pricing on a daily basis. We need XRP. This is something you can witness for yourself. Although the dominance is still high, it doesn't really matter because XRP is still moving. At $2.14, it is mirroring the move of Bitcoin, which is demonstrating strength. Now let's examine it on an hourly basis. We still need to break free of that crucial barrier at $2.18 if you're viewing it from an hourly time frame. I believe we might be moving up to the $2.24 very quickly if we can break out of that range. But for now, we'll take things one step at a time. Everything is going well so far, as I can see. What do you guys think, limit or double? Peace out, crypto. See X and see you later.